Hello, everyone. Happy Friday, and welcome back to our Friday date together. This is Jean here from Authentic Energy, and I'm just so happy to be here live 3 times this week. So, this is our second live, and this is our usual time, to hang out together, to be here live, to discuss, to have a date and conversation together at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and that's 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. So if you guys missed out the live with me that I had on Thursday, was it yesterday? Yes, yesterday morning. You can go back and watch your replay. For those of you who are tuning right now, please do let me know where you're tuning from. And I believe a lot of our friends in the community are actually from Asia. So good morning to all of you. Okay, so we have a very interesting topic here today. It's about how can you weigh yourself, how can you track your progress without a weight scale. Okay, right. So I've been wanting to do this topic for some time. It's very, very important for me to actually have this discussion and to actually express how I truly feel based on my 7 years of experience working with different clients, especially working with women clients, and what works and what doesn't work. And so, what I'm about to share with you guys here today is going to be, I believe it's going to be very helpful and beneficial for all of you guys, especially those of you who don't like to step on scales. And every time when you have to weigh yourself, every time when you have to track your progress, whether if it's weight loss or weight gain, you're just scared to step on scale. Okay. So good news for you guys is that those of you who don't like to be on the scale to look at the number to track your progress, there are many other ways that you can actually adopt. All right, so the many methods you can use to actually track your progress. So if it's weight loss, there's so many ways to track your progress. And if it's like healthy weight gain or a lot of other changes that you're working on your body, there are many ways that you can actually do without a scale. Okay, so I'm here to actually teach some of you guys how can you actually healthily and happily ditch your scale and like pick a new method that you feel comfortable with. Okay, so before I get into telling you guys and sharing my five favorite methods that you can have, these 5 methods are actually self-love focused. Okay, so they're actually 100% people focused and also kindness focused and also health focused. Okay, so they're health focused and also self love focused, and also they're quality focused. Okay, by which I mean that we're not just focusing on the numbers, like the numbers you see on the scale, but because a lot of times those numbers just don't say much, right? So we're actually focusing on the quality changes that are happening in your body and in your health that are far more important than just the numbers you see on the scale. Okay, so before we get into it, I do have to mention to you guys why, personally, why this is such an important topic to me, and why I feel that I really need to share with my community here, especially a lot of you guys here are working on weight loss and you're working on changing your health and your body, right? That is because, especially for women, okay, and I've worked with, hundreds and hundreds of women in the past years. And what I've found is that almost half of these women clients, they're beautiful, they're amazing. Almost half of them don't like to step on scales. And some of them have actually, very clearly and vocally expressed to me that, they don't really like to work with scale. Every time when they know that it's weighing time, they're so scared. They get really stressed out. They freak out when they have to step on the scale and look at that number. If the number tells them, you've gained weight, for example, then their whole day will be ruined. So let me know in the comments, if anyone here has actually been in that situation before. Any of you here have actually ever experienced that before? That, when you see the number, that tells you a different story to what you're, desiring, what you are working towards, then, it really ruins your mood, makes you feel like everything you put into your work has just gone to waste. Okay, I've been there myself. I know how it feels. Okay, so a lot of the women that I've worked with have actually expressed that, they just don't like to see what the number tells them. They're very scared. And it's almost like a gamble. right? Let's see what the what the number will be. If the number luckily hits, the jackpot or whatever number you want to see, then boom, okay, I hit the jackpot, I'm happy today. But if the number tells me something else, then you're like, oh man, I might as well stop. Okay, so this is what I have noticed. Almost half of the women don't like to work with a scale. They don't like to see the number. Okay, so let me know, those of you who are watching right now, or if you're watching the replay, let me know in the comments if you have been there before. Okay, so what I have seen here, with working with so many women, is that we have a very women, especially women, we have a very complicated relationship with the scale. Whether if it's a weight scale or if it's a body composition scale, some of you may know the body composition scale really well. Okay, so basically, the body composition scale will tell you your, a body fat percentage, okay, your lean muscle mass, your bone mass, your organ fat, what else? Your water content and your BMI, not your BMI, sorry, your BMR, right? Your metabolism, right? So it tells you a lot of things. And so I've actually worked with a body composition scale for quite a long time. And what I found is that it's the same kind of relationship, whether if it's just a weight scale that tells you, your mass number, or a body composition scale, they both serve the same kind of like trigger for a lot of women, right? Whatever number that they see, it will trigger a lot of negative emotions. Right. Let me know in the comments if you've been there before, right? That there are certain emotions from the past or associated with how you perceive yourself just get triggered whenever the number comes up, right? So I can see that, based on the experience of me working with so many women, that stepping on the scale a lot of times can be very counterproductive. It can be very discouraging, right? Because it just creates this enormous, stress, right? This enormous stress for your mind, thinking that, oh my God, next Monday, I got to go see my coach, and then we're going to step on scale. I don't know. I hope I'm getting a good number. I don't know. I'm trying my best. So I'll tell you this, girls. Okay. If you are still there where, you're feeling like, I don't have a control over what the scale can be, I don't have a control over, like what my progress can be. Okay, let me tell you this, as long as you know that you're putting your 100%, your dedication and your commitment to your health and to your wellness and your body change, then there's bound to be some good changes. There's bound to be some positive changes there. Okay. And you don't need to have a scale to tell you whether if you're worth it or not. You don't need to have a scale there to tell you that, hey, you've succeeded or you've failed. Okay. So I want you to remember that. And because of the way that we're brought up, a lot of us are brought up, right? We've been conditioned to define our values, our self esteem, our identity, our success, you name it, our confidence by the numbers from the scale. Okay, so it is not your fault. I want all of you to know that it is not your fault if you are already conditioned, to associate the number that you see on the scale to how you feel about your self worth, to how you perceive your identity, your success, or your self esteem. Okay. But from this moment onwards, I want all of you to say, you know what? I'm not comfortable stepping on the scale because it's not helping me achieve, the health success, the health, transformation I want to have. So I'm not going to use the scale from this moment on. Okay. So this is what I encourage all of you guys to do, like to ditch the scale. If the scale hasn't been serving you, apart from just telling you the number up and down, okay, then ditch the scale. And like those of you who have been following me for some time, you know that I've covered this in my past episodes, that your body weight actually fluctuates. Your body weight fluctuates all the time. And your body weight fluctuates because of the kind of food that you eat, the drinks that you have, and how much sodium is there in your body, and also like how's your body recovering post workouts, right? So your body weight can fluctuate, and it's not very accurate when you step on the scale and when you see a certain number, and that number does not reflect the true changes in your body. So I want all of you guys to know this. Okay, so after I've covered all these passionate thoughts and my own theories and philosophies on why the scale does not work for a lot of you, okay, now I am going to introduce you guys to five very effective ways that you can actually take on to measure your progress. Okay, these five methods have proven to be very, very effective to help everybody track the progress. Okay, so when you don't use the scale, you can try to actually take. I like to call it the diary. Okay, observation diary. So in your observation diary, you need to note, has your energy level changed? Okay, so you can measure your progress by your energy level. Has your energy level gone up? Okay. Has it gone down? Has it changed much? Okay. Has it been fluctuating? These are the things that are indication of the good changes or the certain changes happening in your body. Okay. So first thing is gauge your energy level, your energy change. Okay. And now the second thing, this one is very, very effective. All my students use this one, is for you to observe your hunger and your satiety. Okay. And also, are there any changes in your craving? So basically, your relationship with fullness. Okay, maybe in the past you will always want to eat a lot of food, you always have craving for certain food. But because of a period of your new, nutritional habits change and your new healthy lifestyle, you start to crave food less. Okay, certain food less, right? And you may not need snacks as much. And you can actually feel that you're feeling very satiated after you have your meal. You start to practice balanced diet, balanced meals, and then you feel that I just need 3 meals a day, I don't need any additional stuff. Okay, so this is also a really good indication of some positive changes in your body when you stop craving certain snacks and things, and when you know that I've had enough, I don't need more. Okay, so observe your hunger and your satiety. Number three, this one is a very easy one. Okay, how your clothes fit. Okay, so if you don't want to track, if you don't want to use the scale to track, and also I do suggest some of the people to use the measuring tape, right? The soft measuring tape to measure the girth and the circumference of the body. But of course, for a certain people, that's also seeing numbers, and seeing numbers is not very comfortable and is very triggering. Then I'll say, okay, don't do that. But how about we use your clothes? Okay, so have certain pieces of clothes that you wear regularly, and just see, like how are your clothes fitting you, right? When you have achieved certain body changes, right, your clothes will not lie. Okay, unless they shrink in the wash, right? So your clothes will actually start to feel loose if you have lost, some weight, or if you gain some muscle bulk and things like that, your clothes may feel a bit tighter, right? So have your clothes as a good reference, okay, as a good reference for you to gauge, what the physical changes that's happening in your body, right? So clothes are a really good one. Okay, now the next one, fourth way for you to actually accurately and effectively track your progress is to actually observe your sleeping quality. Okay, sleep quality. So some of you may have always struggled to sleep, or you may have struggled to stay sound sleep, or you may have interrupted sleeps. But as a result of having better nutrition, better lifestyle, you may find that your sleep pattern has improved, and also your sleep quality has improved as a result of that. Okay, that can never lie. Now, I'll tell you guys this: a lot of the people in our community, and they have reported that as a result of practicing balanced nutrition with Herbalife and with all our practices, their sleeps actually have improved tremendously. So this is something that you can actually notice, right? So because you have to sleep every day, right? So how's your sleep? How is that improving? How is that changing? It's something that should be very obvious to you. So if your sleep quality has improved, that definitely is an indication that there are some positive changes in your body. Okay, so this is the fourth one. Now, number five, the last one. This one is so important. I do want everybody to take good note of this one. Okay, the fifth way for you to gauge your body change, your health change, and progress is, this is something to do with your mindset. Okay, how is your mind? How is your mood? How is your mental state when you're around trigger foods? Okay, now you're like, what? What do you mean by trigger foods? Okay, so trigger foods would be things like, donuts, okay, the fun foods, donuts, pizza, chocolate, you name it, right? Some of the food that kind of like maybe used to make you feel guilty, but now when you are around them, when you have actually truly holistically practiced healthy, balanced lifestyle, how do you feel when you're around this kind of fun food? right? Sometimes I like to call it trigger food. Is your mindset kind of like, oh man, I really want to have it, but it's going to ruin my diet? Oh no, oh no. Okay, then you need to keep working on that with your coach. If your mindset has actually gone to a state where you're like, you know what, now it's party time. Now it's my, friend's birthday. There's some nice cakes I really like. I'm gonna have a slice of it. I'm gonna enjoy it. But you know what? This is not gonna ruin my diet or whatever I've been doing because I have learned that to have a sustainable healthy lifestyle is about living a fun and balanced life. So I'm not gonna like, kill myself, beat myself up over a piece of cake, right? So I'm gonna happily have a piece of cake, and then I'm still gonna go and enjoy my abundance of hydration, my water, my vegetables, my fruits, and my protein, right? I'm not gonna throw everything out the door just because of that piece of cake, right? So if you are able to happily enjoying your fun food and not be triggered by the fact that you're going to feel guilty, you're going to feel ashamed around them, then you've actually achieved a really good state of very, how should I say it, a peaceful mind of having the fun food and also, the good food or the healthy food coexisting in your life. Okay. You're not stuck in a mindset where you're like, I can only restrict myself to clean food only. Living a healthy lifestyle is about having only clean, super duper healthy food only, no fun food, no whatsoever, like no pizza or no donuts or whatsoever. If I do that, then I'm a bad person. Okay, right. So in our coaching, I often teach my students, especially women, about how to actually rectify the relationship with food. So when you're around different types of food, you have an ease of mind, peace of mind. You're not feeling like stressed, or you're not feeling kind of like, oh my god, I'm missing out on something, but I feel guilty, right? So you do not attach yourself to any of those negative emotions around the fun food or the trigger food. So when you have achieved that state of peace and balance, then you will know that this is actually doing something amazing to your health and to your overall well-being. Okay, so this is something that a lot of people don't talk about, but in my coaching, it's very important, because working on your body is not just about eating right and exercising right, but also it's about fixing that the mindset that we've been having for all these years, the mindset where the commercials and the social media have been telling us that you're not worthy if you're not eating healthy food, or if you're not worthy if your weight is like this or your body is not like that, right? So to achieve that long-term body confidence is about having your mind being 100% healthy and balanced, and having your body working together with your mind too. Okay, so these are my 5 ways of actually tracking your progress without a weight scale. So I mentioned the first way is to gauge your energy level, any changes in your energy level. The second way is to actually observe your hunger and your satiety. Okay, are you still craving the certain food that your body doesn't need? Okay, and number 3 is how your clothes fit. Okay, use your clothes as a way to gauge the changes in your body. And number 4 is your sleep quality. Are there any changes, any improvement in your sleep quality? And finally, how are you feeling around trigger foods? How are you feeling around fun food? Okay, are you feeling agitated and stressed and ashamed and guilty? Or are you feeling fine? I can enjoy a piece of cake and I can still enjoy my healthy lifestyle. Okay, so these are the 5 ways that you can use. These are the 5 self loving and also self kindness. And I would like to call the quality focused ways of actually gauging and tracking, monitoring the changes in your body without the scale, without having a scale to tell you that, hey, you're weighing this much, hence, this is whatever. When you can actually step on the scale and see the number without attaching any emotions to that number, then I congratulate you, girlfriend. I congratulate you that you've achieved a new level of just being neutral about the number, right? And the weight scale no longer trigger any negative emotions. It no longer reminds you of all the limiting beliefs and the things that other people have been telling you, because you no longer associate your self identity and your self worth with that number on the scale. Okay, but in the meantime, if you don't feel comfortable stepping on a scale while working on your health journey, then use these 5 ways to track your progress. Okay, and if you do want to take photos to track your progress, feel free to do that, right? I know that not everybody's comfortable with taking photos of their body, so you don't have to if you don't feel comfortable with it. Okay, but like I said, you can use your clothes to gauge the changes. And lastly, I do have to mention that it is very, very important for you to work with a coach. Okay, for you to work with coach, and you do have a very comfortable and trusting relationship with that coach, so that you can actually express your concerns and a lot of different things to that coach, right? Whether if you are not comfortable with going on the scale, you're not comfortable with a certain diet or things like that, you are able to communicate all of these concerns to your coach, and your coach is able to help you, with different dynamic, types of methods. Okay, so that's all I want to mention, or I want to cover in today's episode. And I want to thank everybody for being here, to hang out with me live. I am here every Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and that's 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that is also, what time is it? 9 a.m. in Asia time. Okay, I'll be here live again this Sunday at 8 a.m. Okay, Pacific Standard Time. So I am only here live 3 times a week this week. Okay, so next week I'll back to doing just live stream every Friday. Okay, so if you guys have any questions about anything that I've covered here today, do let me know in a comment. And of course, you can reach out to me on my Instagram at Authentic Energy, or Facebook at Authentic Energy as well. And of course, if you guys would like to get more coaching from me and hang out with me outside of YouTube, I welcome you guys to join my Authentic Energy Fit Club. Okay, so you can find the link in the description after you watch the video. So thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in here. And let me know if you guys are watching the replay, and if you just want to say hi. Yeah, so I'm very happy to see some regulars here. All right, guys, I'm gonna let you guys go and enjoy your weekend. Thank you so much for being here, and I look forward to hang out with you guys again on Sunday. Take care.